So far, I have not received any response from him. In fact, like he was not too open to see me. So right now, I'm in a position where I'm saying that we need to have an honest conversation about race and what's going on to foreigners.
Mhm.
That's basically it.
Okay. But who's the petition going to, though? Like, what's the? So you had to show it to the president of Howard. So it's not going to the government at all.
Well, I'm not sure who it should be going to. I'm saying that we need to have an honest conversation about like what's going on to foreigners.
No, and I think that's absolutely correct. But okay, yes, I can sign that.
I'd appreciate it. I'm sorry, the paper is a little torn, but I have like several paperwork with me. Would you be able to sign like you're going to be, I believe, number 93, I believe.
Okay.
So why do you think we're not talking more about issues affecting foreigners anymore?
I think there's a lot of reasons for it. Any more? Think we were talking more about it in the past?
I believe we should be talking more about it like currently because like they are facing some real issues in terms of like knowing arbitrary detentions and Fourth Amendment right violation in terms of like having their property stolen. So like that's why I think we need to talk more about it nowadays. But why are we failing to do that?
From a democratic perspective, like there's foreigners can't vote, and so there's not much pressure on Congress to make rules like that. So I think that's definitely part of it. I think there's an inertia to the system because of that, because there's nothing really driving it. And I don't think foreigners would have. It's difficult to argue that foreigners would have constitutional rights unless they're in the United States. And so like you have to. It's really difficult to set the boundaries out for that. But within the United States, yes, they should be having the same.
Yes, I'm talking about like within U.S. borders, but no, not being read Miranda rights, even and not being thrown to jail, and also in terms of Fourth Amendment, I believe there's a problem there in terms of yeah.
I mean, it depends what kind of proceedings they're going against. I'm not sure. Are you talking about for immigration proceedings? So I don't know what the rule is for immigration.
How familiar are you with immigration?
Not very familiar. Not from the legal side.
Do you not go to law school?
What's that?
Do you go to law school?
I do, yes.
Okay.
But I haven't taken any classes in immigration. My family has a lot of immigration. I've gone through the paperwork with my family quite a few times. So it's more from a personal experience, not from, I haven't taken a class in it.
Okay. Neither. I mean, I did, but a long time ago. But yeah, you're not very familiar with immigration?
Not with immigration law, no. I haven't really focused on that at all.
And what's your area of interest?
Criminal law.
And what do you think of the Department of Justice report which has been issued?
Which report?
Department of Justice report.
For
Ferguson.
Ferguson? I didn't read the whole thing, but I think they found fault with the police there, which I think is completely justified. And yeah, I mean it was not a good report of the system. It was in place in Ferguson. But I haven't read the whole report though. So, but it seems like a lot of bad things were happening in Ferguson. I mean, pretty obviously bad things were happening in Ferguson. So.
I mean, yes, they were, but why is there not a similar report? That's my main concern, which is being issued in terms of foreigners. That report seems to me only deals with minorities, but U.S. citizens, not foreigners. And so that's another issue with that Department of Justice report I have.
I mean, I don't think it's focusing on that issue itself. So,
well, it did. I mean, I'm not sure if you have read it in full.
No, I've not. No.
Well, it's basically saying that people are being brought up on chopped up charges, and specifically dealt with minorities, but it seems that they were all U.S. citizens, never foreigners. And so like that's another issue I have, like in terms of like Fourth Amendment right. And I'm saying like we should talk more about like like the issue I just mentioned, like which is very much pertinent, which is about race really, which we're not having whatsoever. Why do you think that's not?
I already told you one of the reasons I think it is, but I think it's because the democratic process is one of the reasons we're not having that discussion. It's might be for foreigners, but I don't really know.
Okay. My name is Michael, by the way.
Okay. And you're recording this?
Yes.
What are you going to do with that?
Well, to be honest with you, like there's not much I can do.
Okay. Well, I just think the opinions I've voiced are just my own, and I don't really know much about the subject at all. So I haven't taken any classes in the rights of foreigners. But yeah, I have been through the process several times. My wife's family are naturalized citizens, and so we've gone through the process several times.
You have?
Mm-hmm. Not me personally.
You said your wife is foreigner?
Not anymore, but she's a naturalized citizen.
Okay,
Yes.
where was she from?
She's from South Korea.
Okay.
Yeah, so we've gone through the paperwork for her family. It is a difficult amount of paperwork. Yeah, we spent 3 years one summer doing it. I mean, three days. I'm sorry, 3 days doing all the paperwork. So it is. And I know that there are a lot of obstacles for people coming into the U.S. and that's just on the paperwork side. So.
What do you mean? I mean, like in terms of paperwork, how familiar are you with what paperwork to file?
I mean, we filed the paperwork. I don't remember the names of the forms, but I remember going through the paperwork. Yeah.
You don't know which forms they were?
I don't remember the numbers of the forms now, but I remember I had to go with like my address. I mean, like, it's a lot of information. So that's what I don't exactly understand what you're asking.
Well, my question is like you said you went through the paperwork, but which paperwork are you referring to?
It was the green card paperwork, and then also the naturalized citizenship process. So with all the paperwork that you have to go through for a citizen. Although it would be the green card for a spouse. So it wasn't like the R1 visa or the student visa or anything like that. But,
I saw like it was somewhat easier because like
it is. I think it's the same process, but it's a condensed timeline.
What do you mean?
It's a shorter timeline.
How short?
Like as soon as you fill the paperwork out for the green card, it's instantaneous.
So you're saying that if you get married, it's easier?
It's a shorter timeline, yes. It's because you still have to file the same paperwork, and then as soon as they process it, they contact you and say, and usually they'll grant it unless they think there's some kind of impropriety going on. And then you have to wait. I believe it's 3 years for citizenship. After you get a green card as a spouse, as opposed to I think it's 7 for a for the non-marital process. But yeah.
I appreciate you like.
Why are you filming this?
Well,
just out of curiosity.
Well, because I am like trying to like have, first of all, like nobody can say that I made up these signatures.
Mm-hmm. No, well, I definitely think that there should be a discussion about it. I don't really know enough about it to know where I fall on that. On the continuum of it, but yes, I think it is something that's definitely worth discussing. So yeah, I'm happy to sign your paperwork for that purpose. So yeah, I hope you have a good day.